show. My name is Clifton. These are my co-hosts, Linnea and Michael, and this is Below the Belt, your favourite wrestling commentary show of all time. Yes.
And our favourite too.
Mm-hmm. In today's episode, we're going to talk about... Do you want to say it, Linnea?
How you know when you're a wrestling fan.
Yes.
For example, you know you're a wrestling fan when you annoy people by saying "what" after every sentence.
I used to do that.
What?
We know.
What?
It's a really effective tool to annoy people.
Very.
Stone Cold, I hate you.
Although he got the idea from Christian.
Yes, he did.
So they say. Right, so you know you're a wrestling fan when, Michael?
When you dress your dog up as the Undertaker.
You know you're a wrestling fan when, Linnea?
When you make belts out of cardboard and wear them around.
Oh, I used to do that.
Everyone used to do that.
With my action figures. Oh, I'd like to add, you would know you are a WWE wrestling fan when you take toys and pretend that they are wrestlers. Like I took Spider-Man and he was Stone Cold. I took Venom and he was Undertaker. And guess what? Spider-Man would always win the WWE title, which at that time was made out of cardboard. I was 13 at that time. It was an imaginative world for me.
Yeah. You know you're a wrestling fan when you actually do have wrestling figures at home and at work. And they're in a little wrestling ring.
I've seen her desk, and she has a little ring
with a ladder.
Yes, I do. You know,
real hardcore wrestling fans.
Tag team championships happen there all the time.
You're a wrestling fan when you pay for the best seats, even though you might not get in the front row.
Oh, we are paying for that? Hefty funds?
You will pay $300-400 for good seats.
Yeah. You know you're a wrestling fan when everyone else on Friday night is out, going out with their friends.
And getting drunk and getting wasted.
And you go home because Raw starts at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is for New Zealand's context.
Oh, yes.
You know that you're a wrestling fan when you start dressing up like a wrestler for Halloween. For example, wearing a black underwear and shaving your head and saying I am Stone Cold and start swearing around the neighborhood and getting drunk with beer.
Didn't you get arrested when you did that?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Come on.
I have a better fashion sense. I have a better fashion sense.
Right.
Yes.
You wear the big show's leotard.
That's sick, guys. That's sick.
You know you're a wrestling fan when you make a point, especially at work in a meeting, and you go, "Oh, it's true. It's damn true." I've done it.
You know you are a wrestling fan when you face a situation, before you get fired, you come up to the desk, hop on it, and say, "Suck it!" to your boss. Hey, these are all true things that people do, you know, and it's all because WWE impact our lives so much. Yeah.
You know you're a wrestling fan when you hear somebody asking someone else's name and you go, "It doesn't matter what his name is."
I hate that. You know, you are a wrestling fan, but again, I need to warn you watching this, because you are a wrestling fan when you try to imitate Hulk Hogan, not hearing people. People may actually misunderstood you being deaf, so don't do that even though you're a hardcore Hulk Hogan fan, because he's not cool.
You know you're a wrestling fan when you walk into a room full of people and go to announce the fact you were there.
I did that. Check my Facebook. I did that. It was really cool. Yeah. Randy Orton, yes.
Okay, Michael, have you got another one?
Well, I think I'll pass it on to you. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I've got one. You know you're a wrestling fan when you record yourself for a weekly television show and post it to YouTube.
This is us. Yes. You know you're a real wrestling fan even though you are prohibited from doing this, is that you try to kill your younger brother or sister with a pile driver. Don't do this at home, kids.
I hope you did it on a trampoline.
I didn't do it. I'm a good guy.
I did. You know you're a wrestling fan when every single ringtone on your phone is a WWE entrance thing.
Just to add, you would also know that you are a wrestling fan if all the music that you listen to are the entrances of the wrestlers.
Yep. Great songs, by the way.
You are a wrestling fan if you play SmackDown versus Raw for the whole year without touching any other game. And I regret it because I wasted 1 year of my life. I could have played Final Fantasy or Dragon Ball Z. Instead I played SmackDown vs. Raw and always used Batista.
How about, you know you're a wrestling fan, when you buy SmackDown vs. Raw, just to see how good the graphics are, and then never play it.
Wow, that's
And then you buy the
point.
next year's one to see if they've improved any.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I've got 3 different versions, all the way from PlayStation 1. And I've never gotten past, like, round 1.
I just like making my own favourite wrestler.
Oh, good. Oh, there is one thing that I've done, guys. You are a wrestling fan when you learn how to manage your own e-federation. Do you know what an e-federation is?
No, I don't. What
A
do you know?
fantasy wrestling
Oh.
site in which you recruit hopeless users to actually be wrestlers in your fantasy world, where you have your own brand. I've actually done that, and you are the general manager. You can kick people off and say who wins and who loses. Yeah, that's you a real wrestling fan.
Lynette?
I just think, you know, you're a wrestling fan when everything anybody says you take to be have a wrestling point of view. For example, when people say things to me like they need TLC, that has a completely different meaning for me than many other people. It doesn't mean tender loving care. It means table,
Ladders and
chairs.
And of course, you know you're a wrestling fan when you get confused with saying things like, I want to be hardcore. Now, for the common viewers, hardcore may have a sex connotation behind it. But for a wrestling fan, that may imply that I am strong, I'm going to take the chair and hit you over the face.
And then throw you into a table. Yeah. Set the table on fire. I think that's our
probably
lot
enough.
that we can think of at the moment. So I want to hear what your sort of, you know, you're a wrestling fan is. So complete the sentence with your own. We want to see at least 10 each.
Just before
That's
we
our
end,
challenge to you.
just before we end,
Yes,
you know you're a wrestling fan when guys, you dress up as divas.
Who the hell does that?
How often do you do that, Michael?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I
It's a
thought we told
suggestion.
you not to do that anymore.
I don't.
At Halloween, you can't do the sort of combo Stone Cold Diva thing. It's wrong.
And a Hulk Hogan boa doesn't count.
Yes.
Well,
Scary thought.
So we'll leave you with that really, really scary thought of Michael dressing up as a diva.
I don't
Slash
do
Stone
that.
Cold.
I don't do that.
Thanks
Well-
for watching. Please leave a comment. Please favourite. Please subscribe. And anything else, guys? Check out my blog, lostins.blogspot.com. I've got lots of polls, even though they're not working. I will add some more. Honest, I tell you.
What do you mean they're not working? We got like Chavo had the highest rating to be the preferred ECW champion over Kane.
I know. I need to add some more.
You're a wrestling fan when you support the underdogs over the big fat assholes.
Which one is?
Oh, Kane.
Oh, okay.
Colin Delaney.
Colin Delaney.
We'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.